Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for enduring everything that you've had to endure. Our next speaker is the recipient of this year's 2010 Jackalope Award. The Arizona Federation of Taxpayers existed in this state for many years before there was ever an Americans for Prosperity. The group Arizona Federation of Taxpayers was started in 1980 and has been defending taxpayer interests in this state since 1980 and producing an annual scorecard on the legislature since 1984. And I will have you know that our next speaker, before she became a state legislator, was the treasurer of the Arizona Federation of Taxpayers. So before she became a state legislator, Representative Judy Burges was out there on your side trying to keep these guys honest. So what I want you to do next is please give a warm welcome to Representative Judy Burges!
Good evening. I don't know about you, but I think we should make Sheriff Joe our next Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Immigration problem solved.
They can hear you really well if you're speaking.
Yes.
You want to hold it?
Oh, good evening, and what an honor it is to receive this rare award. I just want Tom to know that he's probably made another animal extinct, and it's going to be on the extinct species list next year. So with that, this evening I'm going to talk a little bit about HB 2177. And you may not know, but that's our candidate eligibility bill that just passed the House. It passed by 20 votes in the Senate and 40 votes in the House of Representatives. It should be on our way up to the governor, and let's hope that she signs it. This bill was a combined effort by Representative Seal, Senator Antonori, Jeff Lecter, Kelly Townsend, and myself. You know, we wrote the bill, and Ron Gould offered to put it in his committee over in the Senate, and the bill failed when two of our Republican senators voted against it. So we rewrote the bill, and Carl Seal was generous enough to put it on one of his bills over in the Senate so that when it came back over to the House, it could go to caucus and then directly to the floor for a third read. That's what happened, and we're so thankful. You know, according to a congressional research project dated April the 3rd, 2009, it confirms that no one, not Congress, not the states, and not elected officials bothered to check candidates' eligibility to be president or for any federal office in this country. That's because the state and federal government do not require anyone in Congress or elsewhere to check to see if presidential candidates meet the natural-born citizen status, meaning of Article 2, Section 1 of the United States Constitution. The Congressional Research Service is a public policy research arm of the United States Congress, and that is organized as a legislative branch agency within the Library of Congress. The Congressional Research Service works exclusively for members of Congress, congressional committees, and congressional staff in an advisory capacity, answering questions for congressmen. The key point is that, like federal law, neither do state law require anyone to examine birth qualifications of presidential candidates, and states have discretionary authority to question a candidate's eligibility to run for federal office. But there's no requirement in state law to do so when it comes to looking at birth records. I don't know about you, but that came as a real shock to me, because all my life I thought that people were vetting candidates running for office, for the highest office in the land. This is the person who commands our Army and Navy. They have access to all the secrets. They're the most powerful person in the world, and no one is looking to make sure they qualify for office in our country. And with that, guys, thank you and God bless. And thank you
Thank you, Judy Burges.